So let's take a look at how to set up the filters in different configurations. We'll start off with running them in series, which means running the sound coming from the oscillators into filter 1 and then into filter 2. So to do this, we'll have to have both filters turned on. Now, what I'll do is first set filter 1 to Como, so we can have this comb filter effect. As you can hear, it creates a lot of interesting color. But then let's say after we've created this color, we want to run it into filter 2 to maybe roll off some of those upper frequencies. So we'll set it to perfecto, low pass. So there it is. Both filters turned on, and with the signal, of course, make sure you have your oscillators routing into filter 1, as you can see here, and then they will run into 1 and then into 2. And make sure the power switch up here is deactivated, as we'll see in the next section, just looking at how to set them up in parallel. And then finally, to make sure that you're hearing the output of filter 2, have it set, this dial set fully right, as this one is the output of 1. So if you have it set here, then you can hear we get the output of filter 1, so the comb filter effects, but we don't get the output of filter 2. So if we want to hear them one after the other, make sure you have it set fully to the right. And the other option for filter configuration is to have them running in parallel, which I can turn on using the switch at the top here. This means that instead of filter 1 going into filter 2, the outputs of the filters will run independently, side by side, into the next section of the synth, like say the effects. Now, as well as having the switch up here active, the two things you need to do are, of course, have the filters on, but the other things are make sure you're routing your oscillators into both filters. So setting this in the middle here means we're routing equal amounts into filter 1 and 2. And secondly, make sure that your filter balance is set in the middle so that we're hearing equal amounts of the outputs of filter 1 and filter 2. So you can hear with the filter balance set in the middle there, we're getting all of those nice high frequencies and interesting shaping added by the combo filter, and the low pass down the bottom here isn't rolling off any of those high frequencies because it has an independent output running side by side, so we can get the interesting color added by this low pass. In addition to the nice bit of frequency shaping we have added by the comb filter. So yeah, just to recap those two states in series, make sure you set the oscillators to go to filter 1 only, and then deactivate the power switch and set the filter balance so we just listen to the output of filter 2. And then to change it to parallel, route the signal into both filters equally, activate the parallel switch, and then listen to the output of both filters, or of course a blend of the two depending on what kind of sound you want to create.